They run out of shows where people dance with someone else?
I guess so.
Dancing with Myself. And it's not a Billy Idol thing either. It's Shakira and one of the Jonases are the...
executive producers.
Well, the hosts or whatever. I don't know who's the third girl. Liza Koshy? Is that who that is? Well, premieres tonight.
No,
Everyday people compete in unique dance challenges. All right. Dancing with Myself. They go, you know how these shows cost nothing to produce other than paying an exorbitant amount for the talent, the judges?
The host, yeah.
How can we cut that budget? Well, you know how we have to pay 2 people to dance? You know, Dancing with the Stars, you get every week you're on, you get money. Why don't we figure out how we can get one person to just dance? One person to dance.
Is it a star? No, it's not a star.
No, it's an everyday people.
It's an everyday people.
I am them. So, yeah, congratulations to them. But that premieres tonight if you want to see people dancing with themselves. Alan, I know where Mary's coming from. When I was pregnant with my son, I kept the name secret from friends and family because I didn't want their opinions. But I would tell it to cashiers in the grocery store or strangers if we made small talk. It felt good to tell people, just not the people that I knew. I guess we're...
See?
Yeah, okay, but I guess where we're at loggerheads here is, I guess, the level of... That's like a tiny, tiny secret.
But also,
That's something that nobody's life is going to change if you tell them or not. I guess I'm thinking of something that, like... When I think of a secret, I think of something that you really don't want someone to know.
Also, what name were you giving your kid that you were afraid to tell your family?
Herkimer.
Herkimer. This is a Herkimer Johnson.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a great name. I would be so excited.
Didn't give me...
Herkimer.
Yeah.
Ew.
Paper or plastic? Let me tell you my son's name. Yeah, they don't...
Rubbing her belly.
Right.
Whoever,
Yeah.
was that a text? I want the name.
And you're also luring people into a conversation, too, when you're rubbing your belly. You, like, really want them. How you doing? My back. Oh, what do you do? Oh, let me tell you. You know, some people, you don't really have to drag things out of them.
That's what I do at the grocery store. I just pull my belly out and I rub it. And I put my finger in my belly button. And they're like, what do you do? I'm like, this French bread pizza.
Yeah, there you go.
I love Stouffer's.
The Tracy Morgan gagging noise right there with your... Alan, some other Rolands. Ed Roland from Collective Soul. Well, I'm thinking first name. Roland Shit from the show Schitt's Creek.
Uh-huh.
That was Chris Elliott. Roly-poly. Yeah, so, you know, listen, Roland is not unprecedented as a name. But,
we were just saying it's a tough name if you are a Headless Thompson gunner.
Right. Or if your name's Thompson and you're a Headland Roland gunner. You don't want that either. That would be equally difficult.
Headland?
Headland gunner. Has anybody watched the Norm Macdonald?
Yeah, I watched most of it. I got through all the Norm stuff, and then I had to turn off where they're talking about him at the end. I haven't checked all that out yet.
Before he could do... Well, Norm Macdonald basically did a run-through of what was going to be his final stand-up comedy special, and he died before he could film that hour. So it's called Norm Macdonald Nothing Special, and they basically just took that... Again, this is nothing he ever intended to be seen, I have to think. It's him sitting in front of a computer with headphones on and a handheld mic, and doing his act.
It had me laugh out loud a few times.
Yeah, sure. And he clearly looks not well. He looks kind of, drawn, and but it's up there because he never mentioned that he had cancer. And there's a couple of dying jokes in there.
Yeah.
But this was basically a run through for what would have been his final hour. Now imagine if he had been able to do that final hour.
That's
how he would have looked to people in a theater.
Yeah.
All anybody would be talking about is what the hell's up with Norm Macdonald. So maybe it's better this way. I don't know.
No, I don't think so. Because even
rather
if he
have him
doesn't
alive?
look great, you want to see. Because part of Norm Macdonald's charm is how people react to his face, because it's a very nuanced performance. He's the way he talks, and they kind of talk about it in the small part that I did catch, where he speaks like nobody else. Like his cadence is different than everybody else's cadence, and people reacting to that is part of why he's so funny.
Yeah.
I love doing gigs, and I miss it, especially casinos. Those were my favorite gigs because I'm a degenerate gambler, as it turns out. And I think the casinos know that. Often they'll pay me in chips, which I find that's not nice.
That's not nice.
I'm a degenerate gambler. How many days in are you on your self-imposed ban?
I am 24 days in.
Congratulations.
25 by the end of today. I've already put back half the money I spent this year.
Only 11 months and 6 days left.
That's it.
Or whatever.
I was all in a...
What if you get addicted to counting all the addictions that you had to get rid of?
I only have 2.
I know, but what if you get another one?
Like what?
I don't know.
Anything else that would be something I would have to start.
Well,
Gambling and drinking, I always did. So I would have to start a new
so you're
addiction.
going to start with new addiction.
What about decoupage?
Just to quit it, so you can say, well, now I got this one to keep track of, and
So
this one
you're
to keep
saying my
track of.
new
and this one to
addiction would be quitting addictions.
Yeah.
just do crack a couple times so that I can
Just
say
so I
that
can quit it.
Yeah.
That's what hit and quit it is.
No, I only have 2.
For now.
I was all emotional yesterday, Memorial Day, no dad, yada yada, dead dad stuff. And I'm sitting there. My boyfriend was at the baseball game, and I was like, I could drive to Pittsburgh. I could go spend this money at a casino, and that would make me feel better. And then I was like, no, Dad's still gonna be
my
dead. He's
God.
gonna do I didn't do it. And then I went to Drug Mart to pick up a couple things, and they had like the giant handles of plastic vodka, and I'm like, I'll get drunk in this Drug Mart parking lot right now. And then I was like, no, you won't. So
You're having a rough day.
I was having a real rough day. To the point where I was like, I
Just
could
randomly, or
relapse.
Memorial Day is something?
Well, I didn't expect Memorial Day to be anything, but we always went to the rib cook-off with my dad, or usually we would do a cookout at his house and do the rib cook-off in the same weekend.
Because right in your backyard.
Yeah, every year since I was a little kid. So, yeah, it kind of hit me out of nowhere, where I was like, oh, damn, why am I so sad today? And I was like, oh, normally I'd be eating a bunch of food and hanging out with my dad at the rib cook-off. But yeah, so yesterday was a weird day. But I didn't gamble, and I didn't relapse in a Drug Mart parking lot.
You didn't suck down a handle of vodka?
Right.
Well, that's
so
good.
it
That's
is
a win.
I mean, Drug Mart does have everything you need.
That's what I'm saying.
So,
I went
Saves
in
you the
there-
runaround.
I went in there. I got a chicken salad croissant sandwich. I got a pasta salad, and then they had the vodka right by the checkout, which I was like, maybe I could get a handle of it.
A chicken salad sandwich.
They have really good chicken salad at
Oh,
Drug
do
Mart.
they?
Mhm.
Okay.
I'm sure it just comes out of like a GFS tub or something, but I really enjoy it.
Yeah, okay, because that's like a grocery store too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think-
and a
I
lot
think
of
of
old
it like-
people shop there.
Okay.
So
It's not like a CVS.
Gotcha. Yeah,
Right.
you don't want to get a chicken salad sandwich from Walgreens. or
no,
something.
they have
Yeah.
a whole deli department, and anywhere where it's an older demographic, I trust their chicken salad.
Because otherwise they'd be dropping dead.
'Cause
Or
if-
they'd be complaining? What do you mean?
Old people like chicken salad or ham salad or egg salad.
Yeah, a lot of old people eat anything. Doesn't kill them, they'll continue to eat it.
I guess.
Creatures of habit.
I guess maybe.
Man,
Yeah.
I was at the rib cook-off too, and I was watching this one old, like, elderly couple, and this lady, Alan, you would be. I want to go to a place like this with you just to watch you be disgusted with humans, because this lady.
You can go anywhere with me on any given
Yeah.
day, and you'll get that same effect.
I mean, but in this environment where people are just gorging on food, you would just be so reviled.
I don't understand
at
the
them.
gorging.
No, well,
Don't
that's
get
what
the
they're-
gorging.
This lady is going to town on some ribs, and like she's a 60-something-year-old lady. She's older.
Was it my mom?
And no, but she's got sauce all over
It's
her
just so
face.
messy.
So what? Just live it up. God,
She's
there's
just going
nowhere
in
I
on this-
feel more at home and less judged than at a rib cook-off or a fair. You just be you, man.
Like
Let
she
it all
wasn't even
out.
like wiping her face off in
No,
between
there's
ribs.
no
She was
point.
just like rah, rah, rah. And then she was trying to wave to her husband to get his attention to go like, hey, I got cleaned up. I'm ready to go. And he is just ignoring her so
Was he
hard.
embarrassed?
No, he's just in his own world, and she's doing everything she can to get his attention without walking 15 feet over to just be like, hey, I'm ready to go. She's not that far away from him, but
a
she's
long
just swinging her arms like, hey, I'm ready to go to the next thing. And this guy's like sitting and just like intentionally not turning that direction because he's just like, I don't care.
It's full of ribs.
Just go. If you want to go, go.
I'll Uber home. I don't even need you.
Oh, he doesn't have an Uber.
We live in the same
Yeah.
place, all right?
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll run into you again. No, listen, I want people to be happy. It sure beats people being unhappy, because when people are unhappy, they do awful things.
Right.
I'm just perpetually amused by what makes people happy.
Like, I would
Ribs.
love to see Alan's
no,
face.
ribs are delicious,
Yeah.
but gorging yourself on anything and you're wiping your mouth with your shirt, and I'm like, oh, Christ.
Just don't even wipe.
What is going on?
Wipe
around
up
here?
at
see
the
the-
end one time.
The one place they had their sauces in...
Gatorade
it was like-
containers, yeah.
It was like an udder.
Oh, no, I
And
didn't
so
see
you
those.
squeeze it like you're squeezing a cow udder to put barbecue sauce all over your ribs. And I could just see that and imagine Alan's disgust with that whole process.
No, he wouldn't. He would turn around to the entire line of people and be like, have you ever heard the story of Contended Living Grace?
I would. I'd regale them with a tale of. No, listen, we were in Chicago for the weekend, and we're doing like downtown stuff, which doesn't often get done, but we're with our daughter, or she's with us, I should say. And there was a lot of that over the weekend. You know, there was, we went to the zoo, and she'd
A
never
lot of
been
ribs at the zoo.
No, but people are still just stuffing their face with food. And it's like 85 degrees. And I'm like, I'm not talking ice cream. I mean, people like popcorn and like, I'm like, oh my God, like whatever. I mean, I just don't know when people got so hungry all the time. All the time.
I'm
People
hungry every minute.
people can't like do things without food in their hands. And, you know, we went to the aquarium. So we kind of had
sticks.
a pivot because we were going to go to the zoo. The Lincoln Park Zoo in Chicago, it's one of the last free zoos in the country, right?
Oh, it's free.
They charge you $40 to park, but still,
Yeah.
it's a free zoo, right? So we were going to go to that, but we had to pivot because it was raining when we got into town. So we went to the Shed Aquarium. And then the next day went to the zoo. And in both places, people are just walking around, just eating.
Yeah.
Zoo's not a place where I get
I'm like,
hungry.
can
'cause
you?
it
No!
generally stinks.
Smells like monkeys.
Yeah.
Although,
Or
and I-
elephants or whatever. It's just not. It's not good smells.
What I did notice, though, and I don't know if it was, I don't know if there are multiple zoos taking precautions against like avian flu, but all the bird exhibits, they were like, hey, there's no animal here today. You know, we saw a polar bear up close and swimming, and that was pretty cool. But yeah, a lot of the bird exhibits, they were like, the birds aren't
Real.
the birds aren't taking visitors today.
Someone sent me a picture of the barbecue sauce things.
The udders.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Listen, you gotta dance with the girl who brung you. Like they know their
Fun.
crowd.
It's fun. You're
yeah.
like, what do you mean milking out the barbecue?
Listen, no judgment. It's just not for me. You know.
Seems kind of like judgment.
No, Bill's saying that I would judge people.
I'm not even saying you would judge people. I'm saying you would be repulsed.
I would.
Like you wouldn't even be
Well-
I wouldn't
anything
be
that you
here.
could control.
It's-
You just see someone
Yes.
with a face full of barbecue sauce
Yes.
and no respect for themselves, and you'd be like, "What's wrong with people?"
I just don't listen. All I'm saying is that that's not something I identify with.
Mm-hmm.
It's certainly nothing I want to look at. But it's fine. Like you do you, right? You do you.
See, my thing with the rib cook-off is
It's not,
that...
listen, I know the terrain. I've had to judge over the years, and I've had to make appearances at Ribfest, and it's fun and it's fine, and people have a good time. I mean, people aren't walking around with napkins tucked in their shirt and a knife and fork. Like I get it, right? But to walk around in that environment, whether it's a zoo or something else, and just people are just jamming things in their face, and I'm like, what are you doing? Because it ain't cheap, boy.
No,
you want to
I
get
spent
popcorn?
$150 on Saturday.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Tickets for me and Gwen and the little one at the aquarium, $120. It's $30 to park, and then and anything you want to eat, it's like, tons of money for food. You see people walking around like, oh my God, how did you even scrounge up enough to like get something to eat?
I saw an article about this couple that went to the new Star Wars hotel that's at Disney, and
It's like $5,000 a
it's
night or something.
$5,000 for 3 days, 2 nights.
Yeah.
Shut up.
And they're like, it's amazing. It's the best thing. It was worth every penny.
rich
I'm like,
nerds.
You're a liar.
I'm like, you guys are getting paid for this review.
For sure.
That is exactly what's happening because 2 nights and 3 days for $5,000
$2,500 a night?
That's
No.
I don't care
I
how
don't,
much
I don't like
fun it
anything
is.
that much. I don't think there is a theme on the planet that I would pay $2,500 a night for, unless John Mayer is
No.
playing in my room each night.
Nope.
And even then, I don't know.
You'd be
Well,
like, John,
I've been telling you guys about those.
get out of here.
Take your pants off.
I've been telling you guys about those people who wanted to stay in like the Magic Kingdom and they're on like a 25-year waiting list. Like they're in their 50s and they're like, all right, well, there's finally a...
Finally made it.
Well, yeah, and they go. It's like their whole family vacation. There's not even enough rooms for everybody.
Now, $2,500 a night, you have me a Rib Fest themed hotel room where I have my lay of the land of all the sides I could ever want.
Oh, that's too much
And
food.
the
I can't sleep
bathtub
in
is
there.
filled with barbecue sauce, and you can just dunk.
Are you
things.
pregnant?
Might be. I can't stop gaining weight. Who knows?
I can't stop gaining weight.
Dude, in the last
Spoiler alert, yes you can.
in like the last 3 weeks, I've gone from last year's clothes fitting to last year's clothes not fitting. So
Yeah, because you're cohabiting.
yeah, well, I don't want to do that. So that's why I'm eating salads.
So stop doing it.
Well, I am. I went and bought chicken and salad and yogurt.
And stop daydreaming about $2,500 a night barbecue.
And bathtubs full of sweet baby rays.
I like greens and mac and cheese and cornbread. God, the sides that
It's
come
all
with barbecue are
It's
so
all
good.
amazing. Just not a
beans.
depth charge size
Yes.
of it. It's all great.
I want a KFC bucket full of baked beans.
Oh my God.
I'll pour them in my mouth.
I was talking to a friend of mine over the weekend, and he was talking about it. We went over to a friend for a little cookout or whatever, and he was talking about how when he and his wife, who've known each other a long, long time, when they were first dating, he was driving and she was hammered, and they went through KFC. And when they got home, he was fine, so he's driving. But when they got home, she'd been crying and opening the bucket and all this kind of. He goes, and we get home, and I open up the chicken bucket, and she had eaten just the skin off of each piece of chicken in the bucket.
best part.
He's
Such a
like,
curtain
how
move.
did you just eat? She's like, I was hungry. Like, oh my God, just
Dude,
the skin.
That's awful. that should be a crime.
Oh,
At
but
the-
that's a thing that they would sell in the Philippines. You'd be walking around and they would sell just the skin in like little baggies.
Well, what's the hook? Is it heavily seasoned or what? 'Cause
Yeah, it was
it's-
just
Chicken skin is
it's
so good.
like fried
It
chicken
is?
skin.
Oh God, it's the best
Like the
part.
crispy fried chicken skin.
But
Or
it
like
seems so-
rotisserie chicken skin.
But it's like rubber. I mean, if you
No,
were to
no,
not if
no,
it's
just
done
no.
right.
if
Not
you were
if
to
it's done
just
right.
eat the skin,
Not if
No.
it's done right. It should be crispy.
And they're not doing. Yeah, it's crispy chicken, like it's breaded.
Think like your
and-
kale chips, but
yeah,
tasty.
it's like popcorn chicken, but there's no actual
But then-
chicken inside.
Yes.
It's just the crunchy part.
Someone just selling that, it just seems kind of barbaric. I don't know. I know
In the
it's
Philippines.
I know, but just seeing it being sold, just the chicken
Listen,
skin.
You see that, and then you. But how much crap do we waste over here? And it's not like
Yeah,
they're wasting
we're deep
it.
frying
They're-
Oreos for
I mean, I've
Christ's
had
sake.
pork rinds, and that's just as bad.
Yeah, they're using the rest of the chicken for other things, but that's just
want
what
some
they
chicken
go
skin.
for. Yeah, that's how they make their living. They just got a cart and they sell chicken skin, and you just walk around and eat it like popcorn, and it was incredible.
When we
Man,
were
that gotta be bad for
when
you.
we were at the
so
Rib
bad
Burn
for you.
Off, I had to physically stop myself from getting a corn dog while I was waiting for my pulled pork sandwich because
This is what I mean. Like, I can't stand here empty-handed with no food
That's
in my
exactly-
mitts.
We were standing there, and the rib stand that I was at was directly across from the corn dogs. The kid wanted a corn dog, so we go over to get a corn dog, and I was like, I should probably get one for myself. Like, and I'm waiting for them
But
to
here's
call
the thing.
my number to pick up my pulled pork
When you got a little
sandwich.
kid, just eat whatever they don't eat.
No, she's a good eater.
Oh,
She
really?
eats a lot.
Okay,
Yeah.
well that's rare. I feel like.
She's a good eater and a good sleeper. You
No,
put her in
that's
her
good.
bed and she goes right to bed.
That's
That's pretty
nice.
cool. But yeah, I was standing with her and I was like, do I need a corn dog while I wait these 3 minutes?
See, I had a half a
My
rack of
pulled
ribs
pork
and
dog.
some corn, and I was good.
I had
Like, I
a
didn't
pulled pork
go
sandwich,
crazy.
baked beans, coleslaw, cornbread, funnel cake, fries. Shake 'em up lemonade, a nice tea.
When we used to go to Taste of Chicago, which I don't know if it's still over 4th of July, but used to be, okay? It's like 40,000 people in Grant Park. And I would always end up eating whatever had the shortest line, which is not stuff that nobody wants, right? So I'm at Taste of Chicago and everything smells great. And I'm sitting there with like grapes.
Yeah, dummy.
Because nobody's in line for the grapes, but I'm also not going to stand there for an hour to get chicken satay that I could make in my own kitchen.
My vegetarian boyfriend, we were walking around the Rib Fest, and he's like, what am I supposed to do here?
Yeah.
And they had a stand that had like Polish food. I was like, look, babe, cabbage and noodles. So he had a plate of
Oh,
cabbage
no.
and noodles, potato pancakes, and pierogies.
It's nothing you want. It's just the non-meat dishes.
And I asked him, I was like, how was it? Was it good? He goes, it was good when it's the only thing you can eat. Yeah, it was pretty good.
God.
Did you get the
It's like people at the Ren Fair walking around with giant mutton legs and
Yeah.
turkey legs.
Did you do the toe ring?
No, the custom toe rings were like $20. I was like,
Well,
why
what
did
are
I
you
spend
expecting?
$20
At their
on
rib cook-off?
Yeah, they had a custom toe ring tent.
I don't feel like that's super expensive.
For a toe ring?
What is a
I don't know how much
custom
toe
toe ring?
They like fit it to your toes.
That's every toe ring.
No, it's like fitted to your
Like
toes.
you can't get it off.
Like they like put it around and you can like pick the design and stuff. And
I thought most toe rings have a break in the band so that you can just kind of get it around your toe.
right, but these they like mold it to your feet. I don't know. I
That's
didn't
like their
do it.
fake hook to charge you $30.
Probably,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
The stand made me giggle, but no, I did not.
Steve in Atlanta says he and some friends went to that When We Were Young festival, the one with all those
yeah,
90s.
yeah,
They got a VIP cabana that cost them just under 15 grand.
Oh my god. Well, I guess how many people are splitting it though?
I don't know. He
If
said
you're
some
splitting
friends
it
and
with
I. But still, let's say there's 15 people.
$1,000.
You're each going to pay $1,000. Each one of you is going to pay $1,000 for a
That was in
VIP
the
cabana.
fall.
Huh?
No, it already happened. I think it happened last fall.
Last fall, okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild. Yeah, because like when we lived in, there's always street festivals. Now I don't see too many of those
See-
here except in like Little Italy. But like, churches will have festivals and things like that. And there's people walking around eating like baked ziti.
Yes,
It's
that's
so-
that's
but
the
it's
day
so-
where you let go. Just there's
these
no
are people
inhibitions.
these are people who are letting go 365 days a year. What I'm saying is like these people aren't withholding. Like I gotta save up for the St. Swithin's
This is
festival.
my one day to
Right.
really
It's a
let
cheat
go. No,
day,
they're
yeah.
like,
But it's so non-conducive to who wants to walk around and eat a baked ziti? Like,
I will.
I
I'll eat
love
it with
baked
my
ziti.
hands. I don't
Oh,
care.
God.
Put a meatball
yeah,
in
but he
there.
doesn't like a small plate, so this is.
That's why you
true.
use your
he doesn't
hands.
like to stand, and he's got different.
I have
got
a lot of rules.
rules.
I got a lot
when
of
it
rules.
comes to food.
That's right. And I only impose them on myself. People can do whatever they want to do. It just is so non-conducive to walking
To
around.
you.
You got to
Corn
play.
dogs are on a stick.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about baked ziti.
Yeah.
You got a plastic fork
Yeah.
and baked ziti. You're like, how the hell do I can't
And
cut
you're
this.
up and moving, so that should make you happy.
Yeah,
that they're not
getting
just
some
plopped down,
exercise.
shoveling it into their face. They're getting their steps in. while they're getting their ziti in.
You're completely negating those steps when you're walking around eating big ziti.
Well,
Whatever,
that's
dude.
on that day you are, but some days you're a little ahead on your steps. So
true.
I was
that
a-
means you get to eat the baked ziti while you're walking around.
I got to get 25,000 steps today because the St. Magdalene Festival's tomorrow.
St. Phil.
Mary Magdalene. St. Phil.
St. Phil.
Downtown Battle
That's
Creek.
the F-I-L-L.
Yeah. I got a break. I'll have Guardians tickets for you. Have you heard of the Cleveland Guardians? They're pretty fun to watch. They're taking on the Texas Rangers 1 week from today at Progressive Field. So if we can get to a Guardians game, we'll hook you up shortly. 35192 if you want to text for anything, and we'll be back.